Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and as you can see, I've been busy. I've been making a lot of meals in jars. So today I thought I'd bring you along with me, and I would show you just how simple it is to do beef stew. I'm doing mine in wide mouth quarts. Now you can do yours in any, quart or pint if you want, but wide mouth seems to be the easiest. Okay? So for the beef stew, we'll run through the ingredients. We've got, I've got about 7 pounds of cut up roast. And I'm going to try and put just about a pound in each one of my jars. I've got cut up onions. I've got carrots that are cut up, potatoes, and this is celery out of my garden. Oh, I'm excited. I've got garlic cloves, spices, and we're also going to put bay leaves in it because it's just going to make it divine. Okay, so everything is clean and sanitized. My hands were ready to go. I'm going to use my hands. So we're going to start at this end, and we're going to do this. Hopefully we can get about a pound in there. I'll start out with that much because I don't know exactly. Look at that one. That one's already got one in there now. I don't know exactly where a pound's going to be, but I know I've got 7 pounds of meat here. So I'm just going to divvy it up between these jars, and then we'll get going. You can use more or less meat if you want, but this is according to the recipe in the Bald Blue Book. So that's the one I'm using. You know what, I think it's going to be easier just to put it in there and to try and ram it through the hole on that funnel. So that's what I'll do. Just do a little at a time here. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, so there we go. We've got that. Okay, let me wash my hands. Okay, so we shall get rid of that into the sink. Okay, so now I might do this a little bit different than others, but I like to put my bay leaf and my garlic down now, just after I get my beef in. So I like my bay leaf to show pretty on the side of this jar. So we're going to put that in there. I got 1 bay leaf per jar. Right. There we go. All right, and I also got a clove of garlic for each jar. Okay. We're going to put that down in there. All right. Okay, so that's that. Now, we're going to do a 1/2 cup of potatoes in each jar. Okay? And then we can push it down a little bit. And this is kind of a hefty half. Okay, now we're going to push that down because we've got more to get in here. All right. I think that one could use just a couple more pieces of potato. This one over here and that one there. All right. I think we're good now. Now, we're going to do a 1/2 cup of onions in each jar. This is so nice to make, and it is so nice to just go to your pantry shelf in the middle of the winter and just pull one off and cook it up, especially if you've had a hard day at work, driving home in a blizzard. I mean, we get that up here in Michigan. And by the time you get home from driving in that blizzard, you're exhausted. So this is nice because we'll be able to just whip this off the shelf. And we got to push that down because we got more to get in here. This is going to be full. Don't be afraid to push that down. Now we just got a few of the carrots left over, so I'm just going to divvy them up between these jars. Okay, there we go. Now, we're done with that. Now we're just going to take a little celery. Oh, about a 1/4 cup. And we're going to put that in each one. This is celery I grew in my garden. This stuff is wonderful. I did a lot of it in the freeze dryer. So I've got a lot of celery stored up. Okay. So now we're going to push that down. And all we're going to add to this is about a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Because I've got beef broth. Now you can do this with, you can can this with water, but I'm going to use beef broth. Okay? So I want a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper in each jar. And then that's it. Then we can put our beef broth in. All right, that is set. Okay, so now, isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely, and look at that bay leaf in that jar. It's going to be pretty. You're going to be able to see that if I don't shove it out of the way. All right, so I am definitely going to use this for a guide. I'm going to give that one last stir up. Now this is beef broth. No, this isn't my canned. I used my beef soup base for this. We're going to want a good, we want it all the way up there. Here we go. We'll definitely be adding more because you know this is all packed in here. And once I take out the air bubbles, it'll make room for the addition of more. This is going to look so pretty in this jar. You can add different spices if you want. You know, you can play around with your spice blends. But I just like this. I like the garlic and the pepper. And just a bay leaf, because a bay leaf gives such nice flavor to anything. It enhances the flavor of everything. I think that's why I like it so well. I put bay leaves in a lot of stuff. I even put bay leaves in my pickled beets. That was my grandmother that used to do that all the time. That woman taught me a whole lot in life. Oh, those are looking nice, aren't they? I was afraid I would not have enough broth, and it looks as though I'm going to have just... I put too much in that one. Well, we're going to spoon that out. And I'll show you just how you do that. And it's just broth, so it can go right back in here. Might be a little pepper in it, but that's all right. You get too much in there, just spoon it out. Okay. Now we're going to go through, and we're just going to take as much of the bubbles out as we can possibly get. Look at that. We don't want that all over. We want that back in there. See that? How much it's sunk down? Okay, now we can put just a little more in there. That one's ready. All right, we'll go over here very carefully. Just go along the edges. A little bit in the middle. Look at that. Perfect. All right. Now I already can see I'm going to have to, ooh, that's got a lot of air in it. I'm going to have to add a lot more liquid to this one because that really sunk down in there. Okay. Put that down in there. We're going to move this out of the way. I did quite a bit to that one. All right. We'll get this all done. Get this going in the canner. And we're going to add a little bit more to that. All right. I'll do these real quick. You get the idea. But you don't never want to skip this part. Please, please don't ever skip that part. Those air bubbles can harbor bacteria. And it can also be forced to the top of the canner and siphon, cause siphoning. So You just because of the bacteria that it can harbor bacteria, you don't want to skip that part. All right, here we go. And it doesn't look as though I have much of anything left. Beautiful. Oh, I can give that one just a dot more. All right. Okay, so now that we've got that done, we're going to take vinegar. Now when you do non-meat items, you know, veggies and stuff, you don't necessarily have to use vinegar. I just use vinegar to clean the tops when I am doing meat. And the vinegar will cut the grease from the meat if there's anything on there. So you don't want anything on these lids or on these rims that could hinder your seal. Okay? And just go along there real easy, just the top. Perfect. All right, so we got that. Take the rest of the vinegar, throw it right into your warm canner. My canner is warm, by the way. My broth was extremely hot too. So, all right, we're gonna center these on the top of the jars. Oh, they're gonna be gorgeous. And when you put your rings on, finger tight. Don't crank them down. Finger tight. Okay? Okay. These are ready, friends, for my canner. And my canner is hot. There's I also have my vinegar in there, and we're ready to go. That's going to be gorgeous coming out of there. This is going to be such a nice addition to the pantry. And my family loves beef stew. And it's so easy to put together. Okay. My lid is right here. But first, I'm going to move this. I should have moved this earlier. I like this on my front burner here. So I'm going to turn my front burner on. I'm going to put it on there. We're going to put this lid on here. There we go. Okay. Now, when this gets hot and starts, when this gets hot, it's going to start spewing steam. And you want that to happen. This is a vent. It's going to spew a steady stream of steam for 10 minutes. And then you can put your jiggler on there. And then when that jiggler starts to jiggle, that, friends, is when you time this timer. And this is quartz with meat. So no matter what else you have in with it, it's still going to can for 90 minutes, even if it's cooked. So many people ask me, well, can I just water bath cooked meat to seal it? Absolutely not. You must pressure can meat for 90 minutes regardless, okay? So when this is done, I'll bring you back and I'll show you just how beautiful this turns out. All right, friends, nothing. All right, friends, this is done. Always open it away from you. Ooh, that looks gorgeous in those jars. We got to let this sit for just a few minutes. Okay. These are gorgeous. Look at that jar. Beautiful. They turned out beautiful. It looks as though I might have had a little bit of siphoning. So that middle one is siphoning. Don't take it out too fast. Those are gorgeous. If I spin this around, you can see that bay leaf in there, how pretty that is. These will really be pretty on the shelf. So there they are, friends. All those beautiful jars of beef stew. And that's how easy. I'm going to leave this other one sitting in here for a little bit more because it's still siphoning a little. We might just wind up having that one for dinner. Anyway, there you go, friends. That's how easy it is to put together beef stew in a jar for your pantry. I hope you all give this a try. It really is good, and it's a wonderful addition to your pantry. So there you have it, friends. Thanks for watching.